We will be discussing today, okay? Good morning, my dear students. We will be discussing today about the pedicle screw fixation of thoracic vertebra. So we have already discussed many things in context to the pedicle screw fixation and also artery rectangle fixation, particularly in your lumbar area. So we have already discussed this point. So we are not going to repeat the same thing again and again. We already know how to do the tense spinous Dumont passing technique and also encourage with this artery rectangle for fixation there. So we had already discussed about the various merits and demerits of these different devices being used. We have already discussed what is plus point, what are the negative point. Not going to discuss the same thing again. Today we will be talking about the pedicle screw fixations in the lumbar area. So lumbar area, the techniques are almost same. One thing you need to understand that the fissures are not very prominent. The anatomical fissures are not very prominent in thoracic vertebra in comparison to lumbar vertebra. So lumbar vertebra things are a bit easy to differentiate. Find out the facet joint, because all the structures are very big, and the prominence of your facet joint is so much so that it easily can be palpated, easily can be dissected. Unlike in the thoracic area, this is a difficult situation, and you do not have a very prominent facet joint. Instead, it is a very smooth one, right? So it is not very easy to find out the facet joint in case of your thoracic vertebra. Why so? Because the fact is that here one can find out the orientations of the different vertebrae here. In the lumbar area, you will find the facet joint is very prominent. Prominent one can find out is easily. If you dissect it, you can easily find out the superior articular surface as well as the inferior articular surface of the vertebra. And if you put your finger over there, one can also palpate it easily while doing dissection. Unlike this is not a situation in the thoracic area, where you cannot find out the joint very easily, because the orientations of the thoracic facet joints, as I said, is overlapping each other. Unlike your lumbar area, where it is in sagittal plane, the superior articular surface you see, it is lying like this, inferior articular surface is lying this. The joint is orienting in this axis, anterior-posterior axis orientation. So one surface is medially, another surface is laterally. But this is not the situation in case of your thoracic vertebra. Thoracic vertebra, you see, it is overlapping each other. This is an important thing that one should understand, the importance that if you see the joint over there, you will find the articular surfaces are actually in the overlapping each other. It is this in this plane, anterior posterior. So and now see, this joint is there. It is being covered by the various ligaments and capsule. Yes, unless you do a very thorough dissections to trace it out, it will be not easy to palpate it also. Unlike in case of your lumbar area, one can palpate it. So to find out the joint, you need to a dissection there. So because it is one of the important landmark in the thoracic area before going for the pedicle screw fixation in this. So you want need to find out the joint. So as such, in the prone position, dissection should be same, go far laterally to the transverse process. This is important that you have to go up to transverse process. And it is always important to a very good dissection, very good dissection up to the tip of the transverse process. Identify. As I said, the technique of doing these dissections of the muscles is always subperiosteal. Do not try to do dissection through the muscle. So once you patient is prone position, you are doing the incision in making incision the midline. Go midline raphe, which is more or less avascular. Go up to the bone and do the dissection subperiosteally. Go dissect it towards the lateral side. Go dissecting towards the lateral side both sides and make the thing prominent. Make the thing prominent, particularly transverse process. This transverse process is very important for us. And as I said, while you are doing the dissection, your feeling of the cautery should be always touching something hard, not a soft tissue. So if you are intervening something soft in between, that means something is wrong. You are not going to do the dissection. You have to be careful. So you have a cup detector. You do the cup. With the help of your dog, do this dissection on the bone itself. So whilst you are doing so, you are always in safe. ঠিক আছে? So once your tip of the cautery is feeling something soft, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You should not feel anything soft there. So soft, you are careful. Bone, you are going dissecting like this. So this part is exposed nicely. Avascularity is maintained. You maintain the control of the your bleeding. Then what next? Next point is that two things you have to find out. As like in case of your lumbar area, as I said, the transverse process is important. Another point is the facet joint is important. Here is also same thing is true, that one need to find out the two bony landmarks. One is your transverse process, another is your facet joint. Yes, madam? Is it clear? Now, next point is that how to find out. See, if you are doing a dissections in the lamina and if you go above, you will find this joint over here. It is almost mandatory always to find out the joint. Since it is overlapping each other, so you have to dissect it and find out the border. Then if you go laterally, you can find out the transverse process easily. Transverse process one can find out easily. But this joint is not very easy to find. So you have to do the dissections and find out the joint over here. So this is the inferior articular surface of this vertebra above, and this is your transverse process. Now this is the area of interest for us. This is the area of interest for us. Now what you need to do, many times you may need to do a nibbling of this area. Nibbling, or sometimes you can take a bony ranger or a nibbler to cut this part away. Most of the time some surgeons used to do osteotomy also sometimes to cut this part away. Once you cut this part away, you will find this your articular surface here. Right? And entry point of the pedicle screw in thoracic as well as lumbar is at the base of the superior articular surface. At the base. Actually at the base of the superior articular surface. This is directly continuing with the pedicle. Yes, sir? So if you, grossly speaking, the orientation we are calculating out, or we will calculate. Yes? But as such, the entry point of the pedicle screw, both in the thoracic and the lumbar area, is actually at the base of your superior articular surface. Base of the superior articular surface. So that is why to find out the superior articular surface, necessarily you have to do removal or cut away the part of the superior articular surface. Inferior articular surface of the vertebra above. So we are removing this part. Okay? So once you remove this part, you are going to find out this area. This area. Yes? Now, next, the orientation. Now, as I said, it is always mandatory to look for the transverse process, do dissections of the superior border, do dissections of the inferior border. Right? If necessary, go to the tip. Now, you have to find out three parts of the transverse process. In the lumbar vertebra, I told you that you need to find out the midline. Bisect, divide into two halves. Midline line is important. But here what you are doing, so you are going to have a three division, three part. That means you are dividing the transverse process into 3 equal half with the 2 lines. Yes, so I am going to divide the transverse process in my side into 3 half. Correct? Yes or no? Unlike in case of your lumbar vertebra, we are only doing the division of the 2 halves with the midline. Here you have to do dissection from the dissection and divide into 3 halves. Upper 1/3, middle 1/3 and lower 1/3. Okay, sir? So, so now the point is there that the line which is joining line between the upper 1/3 and the lower 2/3 is important line for us. Okay? Now the line upper 1/3 line which is dividing the upper 1/3 with that of your lower 2/3 is the line, important line. Now you trace it down, go like this towards the medial side. Then you find out the midpoint over here. See, already you have dissected this part. So in this case, what you are going to do, you are going to divide this 3 half here like this. I am extending this point over there and find out the midpoint of the superior articular surface. This is the superior articular surface which is denominated. You are deroofing it because your inferior articular surface is overlapping it, you are excising it. So you have exposed this part. So you have exposed this part. You know the medial border here, you know the lateral border here. Now find out the midpoint of this base of your superior articular surface. Okay, sir? So this is the area. See, you go like this, and this is the entry point. So for us, what is happening that this is midpoint. This is the midpoint of the superior articular surface of this vertebra. The superior articular surface is exposed by removing the inferior articular surface of the vertebra above. Clear? This part is already exposed. We have already exposed the transverse process here. We have exposed the superior border of the transverse process, inferior border of the transverse process. We have divided the transverse process into 3 equal half, upper 1/3, middle 1/3, lower 1/3. Now the line which is joining in between the lower 2/3 and upper 1/3 is the line of importance for us. Now extend this line towards the medial line. Okay. Now find out the midpoint of the superior articular surface here in this line. You are tracing this line there. Now this is your superior articular surface. Now find out the midpoint over here. The point where it is intersecting each other is the point of entry for us. This to be clear. There are other point technique also. We are not going to discuss so many things. You adhere to one point and you have a very clear concept about this. How to find out. Because this is easy technique, just like your lumbar one, we have already discussed. The midline of the transverse process is important. But here, midline, not midline, but this is the upper 1/3 line is more important. Join between the upper 1/3 and the lower 2/3. Extend it medially. Find out the midpoint of the superior articular surface. Take a point over there. Then it is the entry point for us. This is the entry point for us. Okay? Now what next? Same technique. Now tier 2 to 3 things are already been discussed. I told you that if you look at the orientation of the pedicle there, you will find that in case of your lumbar vertebra, the pedicle is almost perpendicular to each other. But if you look at this pedicle attachment here, you will find it is directing towards the caudal side. But this is, so if you are coming to lumbar area, you will find this is almost perpendicular to each other. So this is the important thing. So grossly in the anterior-posterior plane, that means your direction of the entry point will necessarily go to caudal direction. One direction is clear. Yes, sir. Because why? Because pedicle is in caudally directed in thoracic area. But whereas unlike in case of lumbar area is almost perpendicular. So in this axis you do not need to go. In case of lumbar you are going straight. One point is entry, that I am going a bit caudal. One point is clear. But how much caudal actually it should be determined by image from the lateral side. Because of this fact, then because of the position of the spine also, it may change it. So sometimes somebody is hyperlordotic, somebody lost the kyphosis, thoracic kyphosis, it may be flat. Yes, na? So that is why this shape, that is why the actual angle may shape, but as such, grossly it is directed caudally, not perpendicular. Okay, sir? So it may change because if your directions also, if the vertebra is somehow like this, lift up, if you are more kyphotic, then the direction will be a bit different. But while it is flat, direction will be a bit different. Why this lordotic difference there will be? But grossly, anatomically it is directing caudally. So your direction will be always caudal. How much caudal should be determined by the image from lateral side. Clear? Next point is that how much, if you are, this is the entry point here. We have decided to be entry point here. So you have to go grossly like this, posteriorly. You have to go grossly posteriorly. Yes, sir? Now, do you need to go this way, that way, or no? Acha, there is a saying that the upper vertebra in upper thoracic area, you need to do a varus angle towards the medial side. But if you are down, go to the lower thoracic vertebra, they are almost perpendicular. So grossly, they are actually straight. Grossly, almost straight. But apart T1, T2, T3, this part, this is a bit medial directed. So they are saying around 20 to 30 degrees. But grossly somebody used to say that the C1, T1 vertebra, they have an angulation around 30 degrees, and they should subsequently come down to almost 5 degrees at the level of your D12 vertebra. So, but by and large, grossly speaking, it is almost straight. Almost straight. See, sir? Almost straight. And the techniques of your head is also same. You have to de-roof it. Find out this your entry point. Then de-roof this cortical part. Take the pedicle finder. Go gear shift technique. Concavity outer side, convexity medial side. Go up to the distal 1/3. Not beyond that. Yes. Next point, that one should fill all the borders, walls of the tract you have made with a sound. So you put the sound inside and scratch it like this, and find out that you are not having any soft feeling. You are supposed to have a gritty feeling all over, and you do not have a soft feeling. A soft feeling means something is wrong. Soft feeling means something is wrong. So we have to be careful that I do not want to have any soft feeling here. So soft feeling means is violating the wall. You must have 5 borders, 5 wall actually, so to say, superior, inferior, medial, lateral, and distally also, that you do not go beyond the body of the vertebra to have a soft feeling. No. Soft feeling is dangerous, do not go for a soft feeling. It is always gritty or hard, bony feeling all throughout the course. Okay, sir? So it is important that you made a track, go in, do the trekking, then this sound is introduced, feel it, the borders, take the depth of the shape. Depth. Depth means your measurement should be done with the sound which is going. Yes? And that will determine what is the length of the screw. And usually in the thoracic area, the size of the screw is around 4. around 4, 3.5, 4 in here. Most of the time it's around 4. And upper part almost smaller than that. Unlike in case of your lumbar area, sometimes it is 5, 5.5, 6. And even in the sacrum, it is going up to 7 something. So lengthwise, as I told you, you should not go beyond the distal 1/3. It should be always proximal 2/3. Limit yourself so that do not go beyond that, because you do not need a bicortical fixation. In case of your pedicle screw, only is needed for the sacral vertebra, where you need to go for the bicortical fixation up to the sacral promontory. But here you do not need. So this unicortical one, go up to that, then we do the fixation with the hair. ঠিক আছে? Basic points is been covered. Basic point, how to find out the entry point, how to do the deroofing, how to find out the track, how to make the track, and confirm the track with your sound to have the bony feeling everywhere, and then go for the screw fixation. It's a question card here. Any question? Anything to be clear? Sekhardi, any question?